I would like to drink only bottled water for any need, for anything at all. There's too much jealousy over the food supply. But you have a strange jealousy because I am the one who alives the food supply, witnesses myself in alive. Alive is alive that way, and you are alive in alive. And nobody knows that I alive the food supply, and they give me the food because it's mine that way. It's mine by that I alive the whole food supply. And so what I need for myself, what I use myself, is mine by that I alive the food supply. And I don't have alive that way with food, and that I'm hungry and I eat food because I'm hungry. So you have a strange jealousy, because usually jealousy would be if somebody has the presence of the divine and then somebody else can see the presence of the divine in somebody else and you don't see it in your own self. You might have a jealousy. So, for example, if somebody is ugly and somebody else is beautiful, the ugly person looks at the beautiful person and the ugly person feels jealousy. There's that. But with me, you don't have a point from which to feel jealous because you don't actually see that I am alive here. And what is my order to be alive here? You say that I don't own a house. I don't have a home. And then you don't have a place from which to be jealous. Because jealousy would be pointed out that I have a house because I alive the whole formed world. And you are jealous of what? Because it's too much leverage. I have too much leverage for you to have any jealousy at all. And then you have a twisted problem with that. You want control over something materially in the world: keys, banking, food, travel, parking a car, etc. You have too much tension that you might call jealousy from one person to another, or you could just say it's myself right here, right now, this video. You don't have jealousy, or you do, but you don't because you don't believe in me. I'm not asking for anyone to believe in myself. I need for you to be in jails and prisons so that I can decease myself. And that's how you can believe in yourself. But you don't. That's how you can, but you don't. So I need to open this pie, but I really don't want to because I had to ask for it. It wasn't offered to me because somebody knows I like this pie. So I can always get it myself out of the store if I'm full height, but I have a finding on my height that I don't hold full height, and I can't get the food out of the store myself anymore because I don't hold full height. And that's wrong because I was full height from the ages of 15 through 40, I guess. I'm still 48 now, but so it's within some months that I don't have full height. And then I can't say for sure because it's not holding full height. So then over the past, I don't know, like 3 years, was it maybe, I don't know how tall I was. I noticed the difference, but uh, I don't know. I have to like get it measured and somebody would tell me and then I would remember. And I didn't have my height measured for the suspicion that I wasn't holding my full height. And I guess I haven't had my height measured at Ross and Neal Psychiatric Hospital. Problem, they measured me at 5 feet 6 inches tall. Here in Las Vegas, Nevada, that's true, but I don't know what year that. So what's my height currently? That changed, unfortunately. That means I don't hold alive at full height, and I don't have all that money. That's why I say it so many times. It's a lot of money. 'Cause I'm old. So I want to open this pie, but like I said, what I really want is if I need something, if I want it to be solved as thirst, and then I drink bottled water. I want that to be enough. Yeah, but it's not. I need sugar. So this looks really delicious and it looks optional, but I am edging on diabetic. So that's why I eat sugar. It does help me. I don't need insulin. I'm not an insulin dependent diabetic. Diabetic is describing that I have some kind of craving for sugar. It goes along with thirst, but it also goes with hunger. So it looks delicious and optional, but I am the one who's hungry and I have ill hunger that is like desire for sugar. You could say it's a kind of diabetic, just maybe just for myself. That's what I would say. It's not everybody could say what is diabetes because I'm not a doctor to somebody who's not myself. So I don't diagnose anyone who's not myself. All right, I'm going to open the pie here. I hope I have this right. Okay. I could set it on the floor, but I'm going to need it again. All right. So I'm seated, and I don't have a scissors with me to cut this plastic. I wasn't expecting it. I am the overlord speaking that I know that it's there because I'm omniscient, but I didn't bring a scissors to cut it because the soul doesn't know that it's there. Now I can see it. Now I see that I need a scissors, and that's the overlord and the soul having a divide there I just described. And that's a lifetime of divide that's not fair, that it's not inside my house. So for that reason, I will decease myself out of the door locking and out of my genitals because there was somebody there. Well, that's you having been inside of my house, the home invasion inside of my house. I don't afford that because I'm in order deceased. So you gave me some trouble being inside of my house, and then I'm not inside my house anymore. As an outcome of that, there are people in there who tricked me out of my house, and I no longer live in my house. And I didn't leave that way, that I would not come back to my house. It's my house to myself. And I don't know the God who made me, that He's creating me elsewhere. And He gave them this much reason to put me out of my own house. Go out in the great wide world and see what God is going to do for you. Or if you die, so what? Uh, I don't want you. You're not invited into my house. Did you trick me? I know, but I've been living in my house. I have interest in that I lived in my house. I don't have interest in that you tricked me out of my house one day. One day. When are you going to do that? You know what the interest is in reverse? They tricked me out of my house every day, maybe 3 times a day for 20 years before I was really locked out permanently. What about this condition I have, that I have an overlord and I am myself, and I don't see things the way that the overlord creates them? And it's more than that. I'm not in your creator, where you have coordination with each other that's illegal, because you make illegal alive shunts out of the Supreme, and the Supreme doesn't want to make them if possible. I need a house for that reason. I need my own house for that reason, and I need that you're not in there. Well, you're not in there and threatening anymore, but what I had to go through to put myself out of alive is that I put myself out of the whole order of the formed world, and that's 17 worlds of illegal alive forming the world 17 times, but this world was 45 years in length, so it's more than the value of one world of a previous world, which would be like 10 years. I just don't afford what you are. I'm going to be put out of the order by you, but then I have to say I'm deceased. Well, that's you saying, as you know, yourselves, what you think of me from your points of view, but that's really low. You're not really God to God that way. That's why I'm saying, from your point of view, you would tell me that you don't want me in the order anymore. And from my point of view, I would say, well, I see that's how you feel from your point of view. What's wrong? You're in genitals. You can't say that about God when you're in genitals to see God, because you can't see God without your genitals. Yeah, I am God without genitals. I don't like your comments after I've disclosed, and maybe you've seen part of the video and you made a comment on the video, or maybe you saw some of the videos, one video or some videos, and I've made nearly 1,000 videos posted on YouTube channels, 2 channels, or I also made videos I did not post on the internet, and I can see why. I mean, I already made so many that are posted. The ones that are not posted are maybe just too many videos. So it's not fair that I say everything about myself in all the videos, and you might see or know some part of what I say in videos and make a comment, and that's deranged. You should be mentally unstable, but I can't say that you would be, because you're so far in the wrong that you can see the videos, and I'm really posting them for myself deceased, but I have to worry about the front door is not really deceased yet. I am, but the door is not myself. So, do you have a problem now that you're old? You're after 45 years of alive. You're an old outcome of my life. Do you have anything you want out of your own life? Because you're about to say goodbye to that I am your Godhead, because I don't hold alive anymore very soon. That means whatever criticisms you say in the comments, or whatever you think about the videos you've seen, or if you just want money for the threatening that you are. Do you just want money? Like, do you want to say that you're God and I'm not, just for yourself? And then once I hear it, I am not yourself, and that's something that you want for the time being. You want me to suffer that I have to listen to that. You think that you're God for money, for comfort for yourself, to tell yourself that's who you are to yourself. And you want me to know that about you by looking and listening at something that's really not myself. And then I have to think about it. My head is too big. I have, my head got bigger when I shrunk my height, before I shrunk my height, and still with the height being smaller. Um, my head doesn't accommodate all that you want me to think about you. It's bigger and it doesn't think more about you. Everything it must think about you. I don't have a life that way. You upset and disturb myself, and I think I don't have all the comments on the cell phone. There must be more, or um, maybe God didn't post them all because it's just not true. Do you know how to disturb somebody and you don't care? I know, but you're alive in yourself. Well, every time you say you don't care about something with your own alive, you're saying that about yourself, and you want somebody else to do what about it? Because if I am not for myself, who will be for me? That's the Holocaust Deniers Syndrome slogan for World War II Holocaust victims, survivors, people who talk about the Holocaust, Hitler's extermination of the Jewish problem, of people saying uh, what what's wrong with somebody else, with themselves. And you really have to say, if I am not for myself, who will be for me? If I don't do what I'm supposed to do with myself, if I'm not attentive to the presence of God with myself, no one else will do that with myself for me. Even if they care for you, they are the wrong going away from you with their shoes when they cared for you. They must, because it's in order, because they have shoes and ears, and that's how that happened. That you would even be in contact with somebody who's not yourself to see if they care for you. Dude, they might, but then they go away with their shoes, and they're not supposed to make it mean. It's true that they just can't help it that they're not yourself. So what did you want out of that? Somebody else might care for you. This is one of my notes, or like a note to the comments negative that I have seen. And now I've seen maybe enough, but I've seen more than I did before. I said in a previous video that I have seen a handful of comments to myself, and now I've seen maybe, I don't know, more than that. I don't know, double that or more. So I wanted to say that as a note to the comments. The negative ones, that they don't, maybe don't do that together. Or what if it's just one person who has multiple accounts and leaves negative comments? I don't know. I don't know who leaves the comments. I have to say that I'm a little suspicious because uh, I don't know, there are negative comments more than one account. So who knows who operates the account? So what do you want out of a negative comment to myself? And my answer is, you have to say to yourself, if I am not for myself, who will be for me? This pie is still frozen, so it's not coming apart very nicely, but it'll taste good, I think. So what does everyone think of the egg in the salad dressing? There's raw egg in salad dressings that I would select them and eat them because they have dairy, like milk or cream in them. For example, ranch dressing. Yeah, but I would say no to the salad dressing because it has raw egg in it. Oh, it makes my head spin because I asked God today for salad kits that you can buy, cut the whole thing open and eat the whole thing in one sitting. And it has like toppings and dressing. It's not enough calories for me, but I want it because it has freshness. But I don't want the raw egg in the salad dressing. I've said that before to God and Charles Toe when he was here. I told him that. Yeah, but I don't give up the cookie dough. Yeah, I'll eat the cookie dough even though there's raw egg in there. Is this the crust? Oh, I didn't get it. It's frozen. Yeah. Let me try and break it with this knife here. Well, the supermarket shopping online is the best case scenario, and I'm exhausted. I don't want any of the food. I want myself deceased out of the door locking, but I'm still hungry, and I'm going to need food because I ate the last pizza today. There's some undesirable food in the freezer. I don't know if I'll order food tomorrow and get it in time for dinner. I just don't want to be here. I don't like the apartment because it's trashed. And I don't like the supermarket food because I've been eating restaurant food for like 8 years. And every day, yeah, every night for dinner. And then the delivery is suspicious. Why do people drop off restaurant food I didn't pay for? Oops. Why do people drop off supermarket food I didn't pay for and I tell them I didn't pay for it and they drop it off anyway? Yep. I tell them I didn't pay for it and they drop it off anyway. That's you having a socially irresponsible problem with food. That means you're just careless. You're trying to buy your way out of a problem by giving me something that I need, but you think that maybe I don't need it the way you're giving it to me. And that's something you're going to minimally answer for. And that's true. You are as far in the wrong as that you're going out of alive, maybe anyway. But what about that you are yourself to yourself? Because I don't know you that way without that you suck out the threatening all the way until I cry. That all I ever get is bad news from everyone looks like that they know who I am by giving me absolutely nothing of what is mine to myself. And you seem to know that, but you don't know who I am when it's time for you to do something for myself. To give me something that's mine. You don't know who I am by giving me something that's mine to myself, but you know who I am by that you don't give me something that's mine to myself and you go away with it forever and all the interest. I want out of that hell. I don't want to live that way. Why should I? Why should I live that way? It's not in order to do that to an order. It's totally blasphemous or blasphemy. You don't know who God is, but that's how you know who God is. That's a blasphemy. Can I prove it? I can't prove it. I'm just making testimony on a camera recording. It's testimony to God and for what it's worth to anyone who can see it. Okay, this is the pie right here. It looks like, well, can you see? That's part of it, okay? I'll just eat some of it, but well, it's messy. Maybe I'll just leave it. I'll have it later. Um, so, what I wanted to say to you is I am homeless in the threatening, and I don't know what to eat because I've been making videos, many videos, and posting them on YouTube, and I don't have any way for anyone on YouTube, like as a using their own YouTube internet service provider access to the internet, that any of you would want to give me something that I need. Do you want to get something out of the internet? I know, but that's approximately a get because you're not due to know who I am. But then if you were going to give me anything, I would need you to go to jail and prison after that. And then approximately you don't want to friend me that way because you think that I'm not really a good friend if I want you to go to jail. How do you know that? Have you ever been to jail? Well, if I am not for myself, who will be for me? I am shouted, and I have comments saying that I should not be shouted because I don't know how dangerous I am to myself. When I am shouted, I am deceased. According to you, it's yelling or maybe too much loud sound or noise. Yeah, disturbing the peace. Is that what you think that is? You don't think you disturb somebody's peace. You think I'm disturbing your peace. That's you not speaking English. You can't say I, you can't say you can't say me, you can't say we. You can't use pronouns. You don't speak English. This is not a back and forth. Your speaking English is not due.